Lucas Raymond, take a bow. The best player on Team Sweden has done it again as the Swedes advance in their qualification playoff game against the Latvians after a 5-1 victory. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like Sweden beating Latvia 5-1 is a surprising result, but I will say, the fact that all of the pretty much expected teams went out there and won from these qualification playoffs. Obviously, Italy lost. Obviously, France lost. Obviously, Latvia lost. It makes for a pretty reasonably expected quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, but the way in which this game went down provides us with many conversation points, and I wanted to talk about the guy who is leading Sweden in points, a guy who started to really put things together in the third period of this game assist-wise. We gotta talk about Elias Pettersson, and we gotta talk about Team Latvia as well. Because Sweden beats Latvia 5-1, they outshot them 28-21, and when it comes to the goals that went in, you got a good supporting cast throughout the entirety of the lineup. First goal making it 1-0. It's Adrian Kempe, off the toe, assisted by Joel Eriksson Ek and William Nylander. Eriksson Ek throws the puck towards the front of the goal. Kempe is there, and the puck kind of deflects off of his skate and in, making it 2-0. Just a minute later, it's Lucas Raymond who finds Gabriel Landeskog off the stick, up to the toe of the stick, and then he takes the shot, he scores, beats Elvis Merzlikins, and it is a 2-0 game. Philip Forsberg makes it 3-0 in the third period, assisted by Erik Karlsson and Philip Broberg, before Edwards Tralmax makes it 3-1. Tralmax, by the way, Detroit Red Wings prospect, so that obviously is a pretty nice trivia fact there. There was some Red Wing on Red Wing action with Tralmax and Lucas Raymond's presence in the lineup. You could say there was some Canucks on Canucks action too. Teddy Bluger's in Latvian, and he ended up playing in this game and unfortunately didn't score any points. But heading back over onto the third period, this is where we started to see Team Sweden with some of the most beautiful goals I think we have seen so far throughout the course of the men's ice hockey tournament at the Olympics. First, you have yourselves Lucas Raymond feeding Mika Zibanejad with a beautiful no-look pass. Look at Raymond in the middle of the frame there. They're thinking shot all the way. The defense that's in the middle is thinking shot. The goalie Merzlikins is thinking shot. And then Raymond decides to go back across for Mika Zibanejad, who ends up with a wide open net. He makes no mistake. He buries it. It's a 4-1 goal for Team Sweden. Lucas Raymond, probably one of the best in the world at making that type of a pass. And then just a few minutes later, you have William Nylander getting his 5-1 goal, assisted by Lucas Raymond and Rasmus Dahlin. This was also so beautiful. Right as the power play expires, Raymond comes in towards the middle. Do you notice the pattern here? When Raymond gets the puck and he skates towards the middle of the ice to threat the goalie with a shot, that is absolutely the most dangerous time where he finds the last step backdoor guy. He cuts across. Instead of taking the shot, he whips it towards Nylander, who is right in front. Nylander fakes the forehand, goalie goes down, and then he goes to the backhand and he roofs it up high over Elvis Merzlikins. What a goal. What a set of hands from William Nylander. What vision from Lucas Raymond. Let's read some of the comments over here. Not many players in the world are better at the fake, no-shot, no-look pass than Raymond. Incredible vision. Goal of the tournament? I'd say Raymond's goal versus Slovakia takes that. And Raymond's goal versus Slovakia, where he drove wide on the left side, cut in front, and then buried it. That was a beautiful goal. But it was kind of deflating afterwards because he took that terrible penalty. Anyways, Lucas Raymond has put himself in a pretty good territory of this Olympic tournament. Varya22 said, I love the fact that Raymond has been Sweden's best player, but if they lose to the USA, he is one of the main reasons why they didn't make it to the semis. And this, of course, is a really great comment because it articulates just where things were earlier on in the tournament. The fact that Lucas Raymond's penalty led to Slovakia getting that last-second goal a few games ago, thus moving Sweden into this position in the first place where they could be playing an American squad in the quarterfinals, which, spoiler alert, that's what's going to happen now. The fact that Raymond directly was responsible for that outcome of events is insane. But at the same time, he just came out here in this hockey contest with a, 3-point game? Raymond gets 3 points on the night, good enough to propel him up to the top of the point tracking race. Raymond came into today's contest with 5 points in the 3-game sample. Now he's got 8 points in 4 games. So he's one behind Connor McDavid, but he is above everybody else. So, hey, Lucas Raymond's doing pretty well, isn't he? Seeing the guy literally just be beneath Connor McDavid and nobody else is a pretty good sign that Raymond is here to play. The one goal that he had scored happened to have been one of the best goals of the entire tournament, and he now leads the tournament in assists with 10 after today's contest as well. So Lucas Raymond absolutely popped off. It's going to be so interesting seeing Sweden play off against the Americans because it's going to be a Minnesota Wild internal face-off. Take a look at the Wild and their team. Joel Eriksson Ek and Marcus Johansson, 2 Swedish dudes. But then on Team USA, you've got Matt Boldy, you've got Quinn Hughes, and Brock Faber. Not to mention the goaltender, Philip Gustafsson, Jesper Wallstedt, both Swedish guys. So it's 4 Swedes, technically 3 if you exclude one of the goaltenders, versus 3 Americans. It's the Wild Bowl, I guess you can say, in the quarterfinals over here. USA going out there and trying to exercise their demons after a pretty interesting opening few games here. And finally, to end off this conversation, I wanted to talk about that Swedish team, and I wanted to talk about one of the guys who leads the team in goals. Maybe not anymore after this game today, but Elias Pettersson had 2 goals on the entire tournament. He still has only 2 goals and 0 assists. He had a breakaway, little mini setup opportunity by Mika Zibanejad in front, where Zibanejad was in the corner. He threw it out in front for Petey. Petey walked in all alone on Elvis Merzlikins, tried to deep to the backhand, but just couldn't beat the glove. They had that shot attempt on replay over and over again on the CBC broadcast, and I just couldn't help but feel bad. Man, Elias Pettersson was playing so well. Very good defensively, very strong off the puck, swatting things down and disturbing rushes for the opposition, getting possession back and bringing it forward for Sweden. Pettersson has been pretty good. I don't want to say he's been amazing, but he has been snake bitten and he did get a really good chance today. So, Petey, let's see you take down Miller and Hughes. I'm a Canadian dude. I'm here in Canada, Vancouver. I can say that, right? I want Petey to score a hat trick against Quinn Hughes and JT Miller. Let's see it happen at 12 p.m. PST tomorrow. Thoughts in the comment section below about Lucas Raymond absolutely dominating this tournament for Team Sweden. The fact that he is one of the top point scorers in the entire tourney, and the fact that he might as well have been responsible for Team Sweden and their track record and their path towards the finals right now. If they end up losing to Team USA, then it's going to be like, man, if you just didn't take that penalty, you wouldn't have played USA in the second round to begin with. Either way, thoughts in the comment section below about Team Sweden versus Team Latvia. 5-1 victory for the Swedes. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.